Hey, welcome to Cult of the News, the tabletop news show where I share with you some of the news that caught my eyes over the past 2 weeks. And we start this week with news that Monster Hunter World is coming to some cardboard near you at some point in the future. I won't dwell on this for too long as the Kickstarter is currently slated for next summer, but it was just too exciting not to mention. Monster Hunter is a video game where you have to, you hunt giant, massive monsters, like very difficult and humongous monster type monsters. It's that kind of game. In some games, the monsters are your own inner demons. It's the people you've become or simply the friends you made along the way. But in Monster Hunter, it's the big dragon that's trying to eat you. It's going to be a fully co-op experience. It's going to come with a bunch of minis, of course, and it comes after previous Steam Forge releases such as games based on Resident Evil, Dark Souls and Horizon Zero Dawn. Next up in this curated cardboard cavalcade is Smash Up Marvel, which has an October date attached to its release, like a lot of games right now with Essen Digital just around the corner. Stay vigilant. Anyway, in Smash Up Marvel, players will be shuffle building, which is what they call it, 2 sets of Marvel characters, such as factions like the Ultimates, Hydra, the Avengers, and the Masters of Evil, as well as 4 others which are so far unannounced. The game has some new terms and some new rules to make it easier to learn, play and teach, and I feel as though, while this isn't aimed at me, this really could be one of those games that grows the hobby, and because of that, I'm all for it. What really is for me, in a big way, and if I was taking part in some kind of understatement competition, I'd describe it as rather exciting, is Beyond the Sun, which was announced by Rio Grande Games, again with an October 2020 release date attached to it. Beyond the Sun is described as a civilization game where players collectively decide the technological progress that us humans will take as we head off into space, waving out the window back at Earth, yelling rude, vague vulgarities back at the suckers left down on the surface with their oxygen and varied plant life. It's a worker placement driven tech tree building game where you build up science, the economy, military or commercial technologies, and you'll be working to try and colonise the vast unknown in order to gain precious victory points. Hey, do you love Just One, the Spiel des Jahres winning game from the distant and forgiving time of 2019, but also you have an eidetic memory so you've accidentally memorised all the cards? No? Well, for those out there that do need to freshen up their Just One gameplay, there's an expansion coming soon. The 550 new terms, 2 new extra easels, increasing the play count to 9, has already been released in Germany, and it's only a matter of time before the English language version arrives as well. Seiji Kanai is a fairly prolific designer with a wide category of games to be proud of, from Love Letter Batman to Love Letter Adventure Time, and even games such as Love Letter The Hobbit Battle of the 5 Armies. Prolific. But if you look past all the people in love, like monsters, what's wrong with being alone? That's what I say. You'll see that he's also behind a massive list of interesting and innovative card games. And that's why I'm interested in The Last Brave, being brought out into the English market by Japanime Games in November. The Last Brave has 3 to 7 players fighting each other with a class, an element and a weapon all attached to an ability card. But it's only when you're attacked that people will find out what your ability is. It looks like quick, simple fun with social deduction elements where you're trying to find out who else is actually on your team. It was a hit in Japan in its release there 2 years ago, and that's why I'm very excited to play it when it's released anywhere near me. Okay, there's an absolute mess of Kickstarters that I want to talk about, so in what I'll describe as a brazen abandon in a rapid fire nature, here's a bunch of them. Fantastic Factories, a pure dice-driven resource developing engine builder, which I absolutely love from Deep Water Games, is getting an expansion called Manufactions, launching on Kickstarter on September 29th with loads of new blueprints, player powers, a whole new resource to deal with in a dice placement type fashion. Cascadia is coming from Flatout Games on September 15th. It's an absolutely gorgeous game because the art is by Beth Sobel, who's my favourite board game artist. It's a tile-laying, token drafting game of habitat building, and what excites me about it is that it comes as a follow-up to Calico, which I think is another wonderful and gorgeous game. Mercado de Lisboa is on Kickstarter right now from Igor Games, which takes the city building system from the deeply intricate Lisboa by Vital Lacerda and makes it an easy to learn, quick paced game of opening up market stands and trying to attract customers through clever tile placement. Floating World Philosophia is also on Kickstarter right now, and sweet Zombie Santa, this game looks cool. It's a sandbox adventure set in feudal Japan that contains an I-cut you choose simultaneous deck building system. It plays 1 to 6 players, it's simple to learn, and it comes off the back of publishers Cogito Ego Meeple's first game, Philosophia Dare to be Wise, which was set in ancient Greece. I'm very excited about this game. And finally, I want to talk to you about Hoop Gods, a head-to-head street basketball game coming from the makers of Rap Gods, Board Game Brothers. This one launches on October 21st. I don't know much about it yet, but I'll bring you more information when it's available. But I'm excited about it, and I really think it's going to be one to look out for. Next up, we have... Sorry, I should take this? Hello?
Hey, it's Paula.
How did you get this number?
We are friends.
No, yeah, but I mean, just how did you get this? This phone isn't even plugged in, Paula. How did you? It's not a real phone.
Look, don't overanalyze it. Are you filming the news show? Because I want to make sure that you mention Hoop Gods.
Yeah, I just did it.
Oh. Okay. How about this? For breaking news, they're making a Monster Hunter World board game.
I mean, I was the one who told you about that. So, you know.
Well, how about this for breaking news? I heard that Jazz's dad isn't even actually...
Paula, do I call you in the middle of things to tell you breaking news?
I mean, last week you called me while I was trying to eat dinner when you saw that cat that you thought might be a wizard.
Yes, but that cat might be a wizard, okay? It was wearing a magical cape.
Oh, how about the new Games Workshop game, Rise of the Orks?
Oh, that actually is news. Over to Paula with some more news, I guess.
Yes! Space Marine Adventure Rise of the Orks is being released by Games Workshop and is a 1 to 5 player game that lasts about 30 minutes. But what's very interesting about it is that it's also a cooperative game where you as a team fend off orc attacks as they try to destroy your shield generator. And it comes with Space Marine Terminator models which don't need to be clipped or glued, so even someone like Matthew, who is incredibly bad at crafts, could put them together. It's out on September 1st from selected retailers like Barnes & Noble in the US and Game in the UK. Now back to Matthew for whatever it is that he does. Mildly humorous board game news or something. I've been Paula Deming reporting from inside my living room. Back over to Matthew in his studio. Apartment.
It's pretty funny, Paula. It definitely has its moments. But if you, like Paula, have any news you want mentioned, please send it over to news@watchitplayed.tv. Did you see a magical cat? I want to know about it. There's still loads of announcements to get through. There's Faiyum, a new Freeman Freeze game set in ancient Egypt that's described as a strategic game for enthusiasts of planning games. It looks heavy and intricate with deck building and uses the market system from Power Grid. It looks absolutely awesome and it's slated for October. There's going to be a Rajas of the Ganges dice game by designers Inka and Marcus Brand called Rajas of the Ganges The Dice Charmers, where you, as in the original, are running up 2 different tracks, wealth and fame, but this time it's through the clever use of the 8 symbols across the dice. It looks like a slightly more complex roll and write, and I'm very excited about it for that reason, and it's coming later this year. And finally, and I do mean finally, Magic the Gathering, according to Wizards of the Coast, is coming soon to mobile. The mobile version was teased at the end of their announcement day stream and uses the interface that looks very similar to the current Magic Arena style that we're used to. We've had other Magic the Gathering themed mobile games, but this one seems to be the whole real, honest to goodness Arena on my phone as soon as possible, please. It's meant to be coming out at the end of the year, but we don't know whether it's going to be on iOS or on Android or both. Please, be on both. Just do that, please. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you, Wizards. They said it's going to have cross-platform support between mobile and current PC and Mac iterations, and with digital Magic the Gathering growing all the time, This looks like a very exciting step forward. But seriously, this is a prop phone. It should not be ringing at all. It's not real. I took the wires out. It's literally turned to off. My guess is haunted. That's what I'm going to say. Or maybe Paul is a ghost. Or both. But until next time, I've been Matthew Jude. This is Call for the News, and take care.